everyone, it's Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo here with a recap of last night's playthrough of the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. We started our campaign around 7 o'clock. Well, that is, my friends / co-workers from work, of course where else would they be from, showed up around 7 and 7:15. Two of them didn't have their characters done yet, and it wasn't their fault or their irresponsibility. Let's face it, there were Pathfinder players before, and there's a lot of confusion going from one game to the other. In fact, there was a lot of confusion throughout the night as we were playing, and there were some mistakes made by both me and some other people. Big ones made by me. Damage rolls, for instance. I kept on forgetting to have them include their modifier to the damage. It would have ended two of the encounters a lot faster, but I had trimmed the encounters down to make room for part of a story arc I wanted to include in it for one of the characters, actually two of the characters. And also because being their first time playing 5e, I didn't want to overwhelm them with like 8 different encounters in the first night. We did have a little bit of an issue with roleplay. But you can't force people to do things they're not comfortable with. Also, I think it was a lot on me. I was doing it and excited and wanted people to interact, and it was their first time doing this. I mean, what was I thinking? Why was I expecting people to pick up on it in day one? I definitely did not pick up on it in day one. You can tell that from the last video we did, and I definitely did not pick up on it in day 2. There's a lot to keep track of. And sometimes it's better to slow down, let people talk about it, and move from there. But they didn't seem to be talking, and I feel like when all is said and done, I was probably forcing them to interact when they weren't ready to do that. Guess that's one of the biggest mistakes that you can make as a brand new DM, is trying to move people along at your pace instead of trying to let them take their pace. Knowing the rules, God, there's a lot of rules. And it is amazing that we were able to get through as much as we did. I'm so looking forward to next week. It ran very long, and I've set a hard limit of about 3 hours from now on. This was long. We did have some very involved, funny parts in last night's video. A couple of them happened, of course. Kobe's character was yet again knocked out, but this time by one of the other players, Andrew playing Arenas, Kobe playing Jugthera. I guess there was a lot going on with bad die rolls, so Arenas thought, what the hell, I'm probably going to miss anyway, and then crit, and luckily Jugthera was able to roll and reduce their damage on the fireball. But oh my god, that could have killed. That could have killed. And I am lucky that at that point I was forgetting to add their damage bonuses to things. Otherwise, you would have been dead, and it would have been time to reroll or find a healer and get this thing back on track again. I guess my takeaway from the gameplay point of view is that next week I gotta just let them interact. Gotta give them more time and more encounters where they have to interact and talk and work things through, and to just let them do that. I also have to remember to take a break, which we did, and to keep it to 3 hours. Now, we did have some issues with the production also. It's mainly because we don't have A, the right equipment, or B, somebody to sit there and maintain it. I kept getting out of frame, and the audio in the microphone for the table was totally screwed. And that, I'm going to take full responsibility for that, because I am the director, producer, and owner of all the equipment right now. But it really wasn't about the filming of this last night. It was about, like, after a while, you just forget that it's there. Except for the fact that there was this camera right in front of my face. It got annoying at times. And this microphone in the way, got annoying at times. So I got to think of a way to make them blend away. How I could have that work and myself not see it. I had moved the cameras onto the walls so they didn't have to see it, but I didn't do the same thing for me, so it was taking me out of the game a couple of times, and I didn't, although I like to do this and talk to the audience, last night I was part of the game, and I really didn't want to be this person being the entertainer. I just wanted you to be able to see those moments captured on video. Wow. So I think I've got to work on that next week and make sure that that gets taken care of. Also, better notes. Much better notes. I saw myself scrambling for my iPad where I have the Game Master and going through the compendium a couple of times. I had to reduce and increase hit points and things on monsters at different times because I didn't want to push them into a position of having a TPK when most of them were new to the game. And I think because most people were new to the game, they probably didn't have as much fun as they will have in the future when you do have that understanding of what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. And then they start not worrying so much about that stuff and then worrying about how they could work together and how they could interact. So I can pull back a little bit, so I'm getting back to my original point, and let them just be. Let them just be. And on my side, get rid of this thing, move it somewhere so it's still on me, but that I don't see it, and just take part in the game and just remember that. And when my alarm goes off on my phone, and it's 10 minutes before 3 hours is done, finish the encounter they're on and get the hell out of there. Because you know what? Sometimes too much can really be too much and turn you off, so then you don't have anything else in the future. So I think that's it. I'm going to put together the full video, all 4 hours of it, and put it up online in 2 parts because I think that it is fun to watch. It's hard to watch at times, and then it's hysterical to watch, and then it's a little long, and then it's fun again. So maybe you could watch different parts of it and give me some pointers because I really want to make this work, and I really want to do it so people can have fun. All right, that's all I got for you guys. With that said, travel safe, roll high, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.